Hey friends, Russ here again in the Dirty Daisy Workshop. I have to show you something here whenever we're having a lot of Daisy lever gun fun. Some of these Daisy lever guns, I just save them for a while. Here's one that I picked up a while back. It's designated a 105B, which means it has the safety on it. It's painted black, does not have the True Glow sight on the front. It has the tapered front sight with a muzzle plug. Of course, it has the regular little loading gate. It's kind of a nice one. Not a whole lot in the way of pits or anything on the outside. So no matter what I choose to do with this receiver, I won't have too much steel imperfection to it, which I like. There's not a lot of dents or anything like that. That's pretty good. But and it shot really well. I cocked it. There was a lot of performance out of it. So I decided to start taking it apart to see what I could do with this. And lo and behold, this part I had to clean up already because there was a lot of dirt and grime. There was also signs of mud or something on this cup, which I wiped off. You can still see here little pieces of rust stuck there. Some pieces of rust stuck to the spring, to the back of the plunger shaft. So moisture had gotten in there. Now we were lucky though, because I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try to illuminate this for you here. Let me see if I can get this down inside. It's kind of hard for it to come up on camera. There it is. There's the back of the shot tube assembly, and it has the little washer on the back. This actually was made as a B, but not with the anti-bear trap. See, there's no anti-bear trap on this trigger assembly. It still has the front brace. It has the cross bolt safety. It has the sear. Does not have. And if you look inside here one more time, you can see this little. See these wings? This one on the left side would not be there if it had the anti-bear trap ratchet, because that would get in the way of it. So this is a good gun to actually work on. I don't know if this spring, it does show some signs of wear on that shaft where the spring was rubbing, and there's only one way to know if this spring is still in good shape. It's a heavy spring, as they used on these. We're just going to take this, pull it back. Let me see if I can get that pin out. It's kind of stuck. Let me see if I can grab that out of there. Oh, you bad boy. I can get it to move. I can pull it out. Yeah, it's starting to move now. Get a better pair of pliers here. And we're going to take a better look at this. There we go. And we'll pull the wiper and the plunger off of there. Oh, that spring is in good shape. So that rust is just superficial. I think we can clean that up real well. I like this spring. It's one of the heavier ones. And it's got a lot of strength to it. This looks like it's pretty straight. It's not too ground out. It'll clean up. It's a little deformed here, but we'll straighten that up. And we can polish that right up, and that'll help us. So, what am I going to do with this gun? I like to make the mare's legs out of the 105s. And the way I've been doing them lately, and I need a couple more, and so I'm going to start doing them more consistently. Instead of just taking this piece and cutting a section out and then trying to fit them back on again, I like to cut these off totally back to about here, notch this, notch the front end. Here, let me get that plug off. Notch that, and notch this. Put those two cuts back here with a Dremel, and just move everything back so this is a solid piece. And it usually ends up to be about that short. So I think that's probably how we're going to handle this one. But whenever I pulled this off of here the first time, I noticed, look at that. It's got some corrosion on there. So I want to make sure this is in good shape. So I'm going to have to take that out. Well, I'll take it out anyway, but I'm going to take that out of the gun. We're going to tap it back and see exactly what we can do. Let me see if I can... let me drive that back. And get a tool out here. Because we end up cutting the front of that anyway whenever we shorten the front of the gun for a mare's leg. Take that back. Okay. And I'm getting everything stuck. Yeah, we'll get her out. We'll get her out. It's a pin. Okay. I'm trying to do that without taking out the loading gate. Of course, I'd probably be smarter to do that, but you know, I don't do everything the easiest way. So let me see here. Okay. Okay. And we'll feed that in there. There we go. It's got to be come back far enough pretty soon here. There it is. I can see it. Get a smaller rod. Put it in there. There we go. Bear with me here, fellas. There we go. Now, if we take a good look at this, some of that rust has transferred onto the plastic. This actually looked black inside. They did make some of the black abutments for these. This one was white, but it's so dirty, it's a mess. And as I said before, I cut these off. Whatever length I need, I just cut this off and whenever I reinstall. It's amazing how much dirt these build up. Now, even though this was shooting real well, I think it's a good time to show an example of just how much dirt can get into those things. So we're going to take a, see if I have one on my bench here. If not, I'm going to take a Q-tip just for an example. Bear with me. And we're going to take the Q-tip and we're going to just put a little bit of alcohol on it. Run it inside of the shut tube like this. We're going to force it back in. with a rod. And you would think this would come out pretty clean because the inside has been having BBs rub it all a lot and so forth. I haven't tried to swab this one, but let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, look what came out of there. And that's just the first wipe. That's just the first wipe. So I've seen this happen quite a bit. People say, I lose accuracy, or the BBs aren't coming out fast, or whatever. And we check it out and find out that even though there's room for a BB to come down there, what you end up with, let's see, that looks pretty bright in there. What you end up with is a lot of gunk, and that persuades the flight of your BB. So you lose accuracy, you lose speed, and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean this up inside and out, and I'll cut it to the proper length. We're going to reinstall that in that receiver, and I might do something special on the finish on this gun. We're going to find out just what we can do to make it a little bit different. Each one of my Mare's legs are a little bit different, so we're going to find out what we can do with it. Okay, folks. This is Russ. If you get a chance, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we'll be seeing you soon. Hopefully, the next time we get together, I'll have another project that I'm starting. Maybe even finishing something that we can look at whenever it's done. All right. We'll see you later. Be safe, and good night.